Hey there, micro repairs. I just realised someone messaged me last night, tell me how to get my, what do you call it? I've got my VU meters back. Yeah, weird. I didn't do anything. Yeah, I gotta love that. Hey Warren, Optimize, Greg, hey Trader. Alright, let's get my junk out of here. 2:30 in the afternoon, not really a normal time for me to be streaming, but this one hopefully will not be a disaster of a job. Just get some stuff away after last night's literal streaming out of the nose. Trash. Move those over there. Need a container. Hey Jim. Hey Rob Brown. I'm taking a break from your busy schedule, I see. Let's see. Let's get this Lenovo over here. Just take a sticker off. Yep, it's fine. Alright, so basically this Lenovo, someone's butchered the power port. And hopefully we can just replace it. I ordered some replacements. I got 3 of them. 2 for main screw, well, 1 to screw up, 1 to use, and 1 as a spare. It's a standard sort of purchase policy that I have. And if you end up with 2 because you did a good job, well, that's a bonus. Okay, this, yeah, looks like the camera's shifted. Tough luck. I am still a little dribbly on the nose, so there is going to be some secondary streaming here. Okay, I can't work out whether these are nested in there. No, they're not. Okay. Yeah, we all need to be able to work, or we all need another 2 or 3 hours a day, and I don't mind a 3-day weekend if everyone else is working and delivering packages. We should just have it rostered. You know, people say, but you gotta have a break, and it's like, well, you can have more people rostered on to do the job, as in rotational roster. It's kind of like the local shops here. Every time Sunday trading gets brought up, it's like, think of the people who need to spend time with their family. And it's like, you realize that you don't use the same person for the same job every day of the week. You get other people to come in and do the job too. And so that original person can in fact spend time with their family or have time off. But no, it's like, think of the family. It's like, alright, okay, I can see we're not working with a full deck of brain cells here. Yep, and we're on the run, literally with the nose. And of course, if the Sunday trading thing goes through, like, you know, if that little think of the family thing doesn't pass the, produce the results they want, then they'll go on and say, but the other traders need the Sunday trading in order to survive. It's like, okay, so you're fine actually, funnily enough, with the shops that actually don't have the ability to roster staff because they're little shops. You're fine for them to work 7 days a week. That's like very confusing logic. What the... Why are there so many damn noises going on around this house, honestly? I feel like Fry from Futurama when he's in the mental asylum, the robot asylum, and the exploding robot Everything just keeps happening. It's like, what's happening now? What now? Yep, that's me. I gotta work out which way this thing's gonna split. Hey, Six Skills. Haven't seen you for a few streams. Okay, is this gonna be a... I don't know whether this is gonna be a bathtub model or what. No, I'm kind of attacking it from the wrong side, to be honest. Oh great, that just pulled right through. Hey Defcom, yeah, unusual. What, me being alive the next day after the horrendous snot fest. Okay, this screw... Yeah. That's a free range screw that I can't get out. Come on. What's holding you back? Welcome to how much I really don't care for PC laptops anymore. Right, yeah. Oh, that was a little violent. Yeah, so that's where one was already loose. It's broken off one of those studs. That wasn't because of the violent extraction, by the way. That was just broken before. Hey there, Phil. Yeah, I appreciate the algorithm boost. Always. Alright. Have some fresh boogers as well. Fresh from the Australian nose. Okay, so this here is what we've got to replace. Well, I hope that's a retainer plate that's sitting on the top there. You gotta love it when you order parts for a machine. Yeah, okay, it's a retainer plate, thank God for that. I was gonna say, you gotta love it when you order parts for a machine, they get here and then you find out they're nothing like what you need. Okay, battery's disconnected. Obviously we're gonna have to take the circuit board out. And obviously it's gonna be a colossal pain in the ass. Like I said, people whinge about MacBooks, but really, PCs go so much further for being a pain in the backside. It's okay, Defcom, you can keep eating. It's not going to offend me. I'll just keep on sniffling for you. Okay, hopefully I can just slide that off to the side. And still get this logic board out. So they do everything in their power to make it awkward to get these boards out. Very few PC machines do it nicely. Very few. Clip PC keyboards, geez, do they even do that anymore? I mean, you're right, that was nice when they did that. You know, $30 for a new keyboard, half an hour in and out, $100 profit. They were good days. Okay, so someone else has been here. I can see the do not touch sticker is being touched. Hey Diatom, hey Nick. And yeah, they use masking tape. It's like, okay, it does the job, but it's Just kind of weird, particularly when you get mocked for using things like hot glue on repairs. And so, well, masking tape gets used in these machines. How are we supposed to? How are we supposed to think about upholding a standard when the company itself doesn't? Geez, what else is attached now? Oh, great. Adhesive on the underside. Alright. More snot blasting. Just going to plug up certain orifices. I don't want to short the board out. Okay, what are we dealing with here? Hopefully nothing too bad here. It should come up that way, so try to think how I prefer to do this one. Might do it this way, hot air it, then have it drop. Can't cheat, use some leaded solder to get things rolling. Probably. Oh, we got a tricky one somewhere. Seems I've already lost the connector I was going to use, so I have to take another one out of the bag. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, it's in the screw container, that's why. Alright, now we've got to do the cleanup. Diff, I'm sorry to hear you having a crappy week. What happened? Oh, shite. Just gotta disconnect my USB-C thing. I'll bring that back up later. I've got a cable issue here. Crashed your car into a cow. That's really not good. I'm sorry to hear that. I've experienced that a couple of times. So yeah, definitely not good. Sorry, I'm a little out of sorts here at the moment, folks. Stand by. Obviously everybody has their own personal way of getting these slots emptied out. This is my way. Yeah, rural driving in bad weather at night, it's always a risky proposition. Hey there, Arilla. Looks like some cleaning could be dished out here. Most of the time around here it's usually kangaroos that catch us out. Yeah, they sit on the side of the road, they're eating grass, and then most will just pause and not do anything. But every now and then you get one that decides it's going to be a runner just as you're approaching to pass them. You really don't want to hit them, but sometimes it happens. It's very unpleasant. Just chipping off that flux. I think that flux is from their connection, their solder. Doesn't look like my flux. APR. Okay, looks like that should hold. I'll do the mechanical mounts first. Hey Micromage, well it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon here. So while I'm not up early, I am actually early in the workshop for this sort of work. Hopefully that wicked through. Yes it did. Excellent. You got to make sure you get those connectors to wick through properly. If you don't, they're quite weak. It's good too. Alright, that's excellent. We're actually doing things right for a change. That's nice. Nice to do things kind of right for a change. It's a bit excessive. Hey, Zimmy. No, I'm still a bit iffy. I mean, I'm up and about and I can do my work. It's just more... not really a fan of the whole snot fest. So we see this one here did not wick through properly. I mean, it's pretty close, and certainly in a factory situation they wouldn't give 2 hoots. They'd go, yeah, that's good enough. But we're going to finish it off properly. There we go. Rob, I'm suspecting it's just regular ick. But who knows? It could be moaning Rona. I don't know. These days there's not really any point in tracking it or anything. It's a done deal. That horse is bolted. Like I said, I'm not feeling too bad as such. It's not like I'm struggling to stay out of bed or anything like that. Get out of bed. It's just a case of it's physically annoying having this tap that won't stop dripping. Funnily enough, it only really started last night on the stream. Just want to clean up, there's a bit of a splotch of solder there, just want to get rid of that. Good enough. There's a lot of draggy flux down here from their factory job, so a lot of that stuff I can't actually get it off because it's old. Well, this is all mine. There is unquestionably too much solder on that connection there. Likewise this one, but well, in fact those three there, including that, all of them. But I'm not going to remove it. It doesn't really add any mechanical strength to it. But fortunately, you know, it's not at risk of causing any shorts or anything like that. Just gonna brush off some excess here. Just like some bits of crappy dust and stuff. Where's a roll of paper? Hey Tom Morgan. Nah, I'm still dripping, mate. Still dripping. Okay. So we've got these annoying connections under here, which are on the underside of the board, because why not? Nuisance. I mean, I could probably put the board down and then connect them up, but I prefer to make sure I've got them lined up correct first time. What the hell have we got going on here? All manner of crap. So wait, what's going on here? Some seriously shonky cable routing. So they obviously decided, oh well, we kind of put the connectors in the wrong place. And someone in engineering said, that's okay, we'll just... Yeah. That's... Crappy job, guys, crappy job. So someone designs the case and then says, here you go, motherboard people, good luck. Except they did it concurrently. So someone set the spec and nobody actually followed it. Sounds like software. This is a weird keyboard connector. Okay, that's better. Yeah, many times the software for those cameras are crap. That's why I end up having to write my own. No, we just burst through the damn walls of the first plug, so now we're onto the second set of plugs. At least it's got an SSD in it. Should be thankful for the small things. Hey there, Noosa. Seriously, Paul? You're just gonna let go of the screwdrivers like that? That's why I have plastic handled things. Because I'm almost guaranteed to be a klutz. God damn it, you are a klutz today, Paul. Don't know why I'm using that screwdriver, it's a little bit too big and cumbersome for the task. Should be using this. This was just more clumsiness. I actually really don't see that many of these charging ports breaking, so I don't know what they did, but they really did a smashing job. Ugh, now I realise. I was wondering why the hell those screws weren't matching up. I realised I've got a battery to put back in, and that would make up for the 4 screws that I have mysteriously appearing. Hey Tony W. Should I be testing? No, that's part of the thrill. That's the dopamine thrill. Taking the gamble. Okay, clearly, whoa, we've made a mistake there. Let's try that again. Maybe it might have been because it was dropped, because like, yeah, we've got this here, it's a broken screw point for that, and we've got the other one that was broken here, so it's probably that it got dropped. Amazingly, the screen seems to be, I'm guessing, okay. I haven't checked it, to be honest. That's it, yeah. I suppose I should see if it charges and turns on. Let's stick the useless USB-C meter on top. They are useless, those things. I mean, they're okay if you got nothing else, but they won't do bi-directional, and they're just no good. And they've got the wrong orientation. Okay, nothing exploded. We've got an orange light coming up. Looks like we've got power. Fan spin. Where's the O and OFF button? There it is. Well, the charge port's working. Okay, we're alive. Silly laptop. It's trying to turn on. Hasn't sort of taken a moment to realise that the lid is closed. Yeah, you can see the break right there. I'm very lucky they didn't damage their screen. Or maybe they have and I just haven't seen it yet. Thank you, Greg. I'm going to have fun in the next few weeks, months, doing the production of the USB-C meter. It's always fun when you're getting back into that sort of thing and trying to deal with all... Yeah, because everybody that I used to use for production, including myself, well, they're just not really around anymore, so I have to start out all new again. Alright, it's booted up to the user's screen, so that's good. I might ask Dave Jones, but he's already busy, so I'll see if someone else is out there. Hey, Electro Rip. We got a high contrast screen on this one. Well, they've got the setting on high contrast or something. Yep, let that charge. That's weird. Is she showing no speakers or? Ah, it's just disabled speakers. Okay. I better plug that back in. Put that off to the side. Okay. I did fix up the software this morning so that it would do the opposite direction of current properly. That wasn't working properly last night. I worked out why, so it's all good. Funnily enough, it was caused by me adding a feature that I wanted. So I added the feature, but then failed to realize or failed to see the impact that feature would have on the normal operation of the meter software. So dumping out the debugging information revealed it very quickly to me what was going wrong. Made it very easy to fix it. Hey, Q's. Okay, so it's gonna... Oh, is that the good or the bad one? That's the good one, you moron. Right. That's the good spare. Just trying to find the bad one that I flicked off somewhere. Okay, there we go. That's the bad one. Very smashed out. Yeah, Jim, that was a few hours ago now. Okay, that goes into the archive. We get on with the next job. I suppose I better write on these what these are for. I mean, obviously the Lenovo something, because yeah, that connection's pretty unique. And I will probably never ever use those again. It's just the way it goes, unfortunately. That's why it's good to stick to a single brand and stuff like that. Alright, for the next job, just going to take the bottom panel off first, separately, without you seeing it. So what do we got? A1990. Oh, jeez. Not pulling power. Battery has issues. Okay, being a 1990, yeah, could be a few things at fault. We're almost ready, almost ready. This one's possibly going to be a corrosion job. Or maybe the CD3215, see if I can just get the frickin' panel off. Oh my goodness. 1041 board here, I think. Really, it comes down to like on that. Look, I'll be honest. I prefer straight out reflective LCD. I don't like OLEDs for this sort of work. I like just the reflective, simple LCD panel. Yeah, 1041. Yeah, these reflective panels are infinitely more readable in broad daylight from a distance and things like that. You go to OLED, you've got to pump in a lot more power and things like that. But these are just simple and effective. I mean, hey, it's an I2C device, so if anyone else wants to swap it out with something else, they can do that. I'm not going to be the one doing it, though. I'm going to stick with my simpleton old reflective LCD. I mean, it's why most multimeters you get still use that. It's proven stable, readable technology. I mean, that's one of the big reasons why I actually switched away from these meters, because you know they've got OLEDs and they're an absolute pain in the ass to read in the daylight, let alone nighttime, for different reasons. Maybe if you've got youthful eyes or something. It's certainly not for squinty old bastards like me. Very sorry, soldering iron. Didn't mean to offend you. God damn it, where is my... Oh, there it is. Yeah, you can pump more on. That's right, yeah. You can put a lot more information on a high-res LCD, yeah, OLED, things like that. Absolutely, I will not dispute that one bit. But for readability at a distance, I'm certainly still in the reflective liquid crystal camp. And I mean, I'm not trying to put a lot of data onto those displays. That's merely a secondary sort of information. Because what I'm anticipating a lot of people will do is they will still use these USB-C brick things, and they will just simply daisy chain them on the end of the cable that comes out of the one that I've designed. Putting a display on the one that I've designed was actually only really a sort of like a secondary afterthought. It wasn't the primary intent. It was more there to help me debug things and create bugs. Like, for most equipment, if I get given a choice between something that has a nice display, LED display, like a computer screen display, or if it's got vacuum fluorescent, I will pick the vacuum fluorescent pretty much every time, like for the multimeters and power supplies, things like that. The power supply I used to have, oh sorry, not the power supply, the multimeter I had prior to this one, it had a LCD panel, like a computer screen type thing, and I couldn't stand it. Unfortunately, the power supply I've got at the moment, it has a computer screen type display, and I'm like, yeah, less than happy with it, but I couldn't really find anything else because I needed the programmability power supply, but the ones that had the nice 7-segment displays, they basically were complete pieces of crap when it came to the programming side. So the programming took priority, and unfortunately I ended up with a Stupid LCD display. AQs 2012 M1 3v3 S2 sense line is that supposed to be 3v3 or just data sensor? I don't know. I would have to look at that. Defum, you talking E series for the meter or the power supply? The power supply I've got, it's just a cheap nasty multi-comp, but it does, like I said, it does at least use SCPI for the interface, and at least, you know, that's easy to work with. Right, power supply, yeah, like I thought you might have been saying that. Yeah, maybe one day when I get around to spending more money. For now, I'm sort of at the point where I've probably spent a little bit too much already. Geez, I mean, the extra capture card cost me a pretty penny. Still, it's good to have the backup. Okay, where the hell is my number 8 talks? Ah. A Nixie display. Yeah, I'll take a Nixie display. It's one of the few Valve type technologies that I don't feel terrified by. Five amps, 30 volts is pretty much where I need it for MacBooks. Although that need is starting to fade now, because with all the USB-C models, and now that I've, you know, got this contraption, it's just running off the Apple Power Brick anyway. Okay, ah shit, someone's already been here and they fucked it. God fucking damn it. It's screwed. This is dead. God fuck damn it. I told these people to stop doing this shit. God damn it. Okay, what's happened here is some junior technician has come along and they went, oh, I found the short, it's on this capacitor. And yes, it is correct, there is a short capacitor. And they go, flick, knock it off, and then they power the goddamn thing back up and it kills the NANDs. If they weren't already dead. But basically, they steal away the chance that it might have been recoverable. God fucking damn it. I'm angry because this happens too often, and I've told the people to stop doing this. I said, don't just knock the frickin' caps off without testing the other parts first. Or, yeah, take off the cap, but check the other damn rails before you go powering it back up. But no, instead the technician's like, oh, I know what I'm doing, I'm going to power it up, it's going to be fine. And the NANDs say nay and die. I could be wrong, this may be repairable, but they took away my chance of maybe repairing it with a bit more ease. Okay, so they're actually bloody lucky here. The NAND outputs are actually still 600 ohms. But I would say Tim Herman had one of these, not this board, but similar anyway. This is burned through most likely. That cap could also be suspect. I'm going to get demonetized on this, but so there it goes. And of course, yeah, I lose money, because if I can't get this job to work, or even get the data off, then, yeah, I don't get the full batch of money that I would be wanting. I'll only get a small amount because it's a no fix. So I'll take this off and hope, fingers crossed, big time, that that is all that is wrong. But I have my doubts. I can see puffing up of the board over here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do have a carbonized inner circuit board. Okay, that's off. The other problem that can happen is sometimes the V-Reg gets damaged from this, and then when you clear the short and the V-Reg comes back up, the V-Reg is a bit drunk and it puts out the wrong voltage. Fingers crossed this does not beep. Let us pray it does not beep. 5.4, that's not good. Okay, let's take the controller off and hope that it's... Okay, we've got another one here, so we might have got lucky. That's definitely a dead. That's the other thing. These people, they knock off the worst looking cap and they don't go looking for anything else. So we may be lucky here. They may have actually, by leaving this here, saved the board. Hey, Robert Schumacher. Because that's definitely a crapped cap. I apologise for the swearing. I do apologise. You have to appreciate it. It's getting frustrating for me because before it used to be you would have, yeah, maybe 20% no fix rate. Yeah, 1 out of every 5 would be a dud. These days it's 40-50% of the jobs are no fixes. And of those, a lot of them are because someone else has dicked around with it. And I'm not saying that people, yeah, we all make mistakes, I agree to that. Yeah, anyway, I guess that's up for debate. We'll take the V-Reg off as well. I guess I've got myself to blame for having YouTube videos. Although, in the spirit of my American associates, I'm going to blame Lewis. Oh, thank you, Robert. I do appreciate that, especially at this current moment. Oh my god, we were lucky. Okay, so that's PP bus. And this is 2V5. We're definitely going to replace that controller. Usually 99% of the time when you get this sort of thing happening, it eats its way through the board. Like I said, if you look at Tim Herman, TCRS's video from, I think it was yesterday, he did a live stream, he ended up having to put like a not 3/4 inch, a 3 or 4 mil bit through the board to clear out all the traces. I'm not normally a big sweary person. I do prefer to sort of remain subdued, but every now and then, when the right trigger comes along, I will tend to unleash. I think Paul S. from Roshtec, good God, that's an old company of mine. Paul S. from Rossman can appreciate that sentiment. There's a bit of corrosion there, nothing bad. I'll probably remove this bank of caps. I'll have a look at them. Certainly on the other side, that bank of caps that was there for the 2V5, they'll have to be replaced. Unfortunately, these are business-to-business jobs. And so pre-work boards do tend to show up a lot. And I get it, you know, a lot of the businesses, they're thinking, why the hell are we paying Paul to do this when our bright young new technician that turned up that we just hired, he says he can do it for only $500 of equipment. So I think we need to stop sending them to Paul and start doing them in-house. And I mean, that's how you do it. Ultimately, you acquire the skills yourself, and then you save more money by doing it in-house. We all do that. Well, not all, but a lot of us do that. Just gotta clear up the pads first before I do anything else. Double check everything. The resistance value is going to be out of whack though, because it's a hot board. Oh, but look at that. That's... It worries me because there's a bit of puffiness here, which usually it implies there's a bit of carbonizing going on. That's an eyelash. Yeah, but these all have to go. If I power it up with them, they're going to cause trouble. Agreed, you don't learn on customer boards. I mean, well, you can gain experience for certain scenarios on customer boards. Like, there are things that come in and you go, well, I've never seen this fault before, and you try to work it out. I think the thing that you need to not learn on customer boards is best practices. Like the way to safely solder or safely diagnose things. Like don't go stick 19 volts as a voltage injection, that kind of thing. Those sort of things you need to learn on outside of the risk of a customer's machine. And once you've got those down, once you actually can be a reasonable practitioner, then you can start working on jobs that you haven't dealt with before. Alright. Okay, that was the capacitive of the rail, because it's a PP bus G3 hot rail. Yeah, there we go, there's our carbonized. Oh no, wait, no, I'm wrong. What that was is these two caps are on the same bus, but they're opposing polarity. So when I move my probes from here to here, I basically reverse the polarity of the charge that was going in to measure the resistance. So as you can see, it's slowly climbing up, 480. Now if I go back here, it'll be negative and beep. But if I turn it around, it's not. So it's being influenced by the charge on the rail in the capacitors on PP bus. Jason, no, this is a 1990. And we may have gotten lucky and saved it. Fortunately, they don't have any NANDs on this side, so that's a good thing, because it means I don't have to worry about something else being jacked up over here. I will have to check the rest of the board though, because that was classic corrosion. That sort of corrosion always hits these boards, the A1990s and similar. But yeah, the way you treat it is what matters. And definitely you have to replace those V-regs. They can look perfectly fine, and look, I'll be honest, 90% of the time they are fine. But if you're dealing with customers' data, you don't want to take that risk over a $5 part. So yeah, stick it back where it belongs, with a new one. Yeah, the NANDs seem to be okay. They're reading 600 plus, so that's good. What I might do with this one is I may ask them if they want me to do a backup here. I'll get the backup done before I put it through ultrasonic, because every now and then things go wrong in ultrasonic. There's something weak on the board and it just decides, that's it, I've had enough. way too much flux. Okay, I better get some more TPS chips. Right, TPS 62180s. Just gotta check something. Ah, Jason, just running around with plugs up my nose, but other than that, it's all good. I'm just compiling my latest version of Flex Board View. Then I've got to bring up a board view. Catch you later, Jason. Hope you managed to get feel a little better soon too. Okay. It's all good. What I really wanted was, okay, pin 1's down bottom left. Really, in this case, you know, if people don't want to pay for the work done, if it is a successful repair, then they just basically don't get their machine back. Fortunately, that one's pretty simple to deal with. Right, so we were, as expected, out by 180 degrees. Like I said, I've got a little bit too much flux here, so I'm going to have to go a little bit easy. Hey, Pedro. You missed all the swearing, Pedro. Ah. Yeah, there's just too much flux there. I'm going to have to get some of that to bugger off. What I did then was just put enough heat in there so that there's a surface contact between the balls and the circuit board. It's kind of like not really a cold weld, but it's close. And then it holds the chip in place while you actually bring it up to temperature to reflow it properly. Okay, that's not sitting properly. Good. Right, we need a replacement cap for that. That... Did I just... I made a mistake. This is a good reason to check everything. Yeah, I was wrong. Okay, that is actually upside down. That's wrong. Good reason to double check everything. That is incorrectly installed. I was looking at the wrong corner of the circuit board. I actually don't know what happens if you power it up with that voltage regulator installed backwards. There's probably someone out there who could tell us. It blew that chip away. It's all good. Defom, did you have to push up to a new version of macOS, did you? Sorry, I don't really release a lot of versions of Flexboard View for macOS because there's a bit of fun and games dealing with the STL library and with Brew and a few other packages. It just gets a bit tricky. Once I'm sort of at the point where I'm fairly sure I shouldn't be having to update in a hurry, that's when I build the macOS version. Need to get the 6 Plus board view. There should be one on Bad Caps that was uploaded. If you look up the BVRE files. $10 microfarad, 25 volts. Ah, sweet. Oh yeah, these are the ones that are on 165 boards. These ones here. Yep. Although I do actually believe I have bought a whole spool of them, given that I use them quite a lot. We'll see. Yep, I have. Okay, it's not a spool of them, but it's a couple of hundred at least. If you're not sure, Defom, just email me and I can help with that particular situation that you're after in terms of the files that you're looking for. What's wrong, Pedro? High Sierra is a great version. I really do like High Sierra. Yeah, Pedro, SSD VREG. Okay, we've got to put a couple more caps on here too. Yeah, they're 10 microfarad 25s as well, so. Although these are on PB bus side, I do still like to put them in, because they are pretty close to the VREG. We don't want the VREG having saggy moments. And we're going to clear away these. Now, these are going to be tricky because I don't have... Oh, actually, maybe I've got a donor I can suck them from. Let's see if I've got a donor I can steal them from. But this is a weird capacitor size that Apple has that you cannot buy from places like DigiKey and whatnot. So 22 microfarads, 6.3 or something like that, in a 402 package. Nobody's got them. So what I often do is I actually put a 603 over the top. But I'll see if I've got some of these lying around. Thank you, Greg. Right, find ourselves some blah, blah, blah. What are those things? Caps, that's it, yeah. Find ourselves some caps. Ugh. We've got a 1041 board right here. Though I suspect I have already stolen a good portion of the caps. Well, I've stolen 3 of them. Although the concern is, based on the disappearance of them, they may have been problematic. We'll check on the other side. There's another array on along the edge, I think. Oh no, I'm thinking of the 1700 board that has the array on the edge. Okay, well we've got more here. Oh, okay, we'll grab those. And one from the other side, I guess. Because I'm 99% sure these are all the same. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure they are. Wow, that's taking me more... That was more drama for me to do them in one hit than it was individually. What a waste. Clearly my skills are sucking right now. Should have wowed the ladies, but instead I just proved myself incompetent. Pedro's never going to go on a date with me now. Alright, that's pretty nasty, what we're looking at. I mean, it is technically correct, as in it does, and the connections are there and all that sort of stuff, but can't deny it's visually a train wreck. For data recovery scenarios, I really shouldn't be caring about that sort of thing, but I can't help myself. Oh, they're not even trying. Alright. Now, we need to double check I didn't just do that for no good reason. So yeah, these are 20 microfarad, 10 volt. So it's these ones here. And these are on the other side in pretty much an identical position. And they are also 20 microfarad, 10 volt, so yeah, we're all good on that. I've got to wait for this board to cool down a bit, but let's have a look at the resistances so far. So yeah, approaching 1k on the NAND side, that's good. 1k on the PP bus side, that's good. Hey Tradie Trev, how's it going there? And just double check our figures here. Yep, we're over 1k. Okay, so that's a problem. Why have we got 100 ohms there? That doesn't make sense. Who the hell's at my doorbell? Okay, I don't know why that's not making sense there. 123 there. But we were showing 600 plus here. No, I'm going to have to check that out. I've just got to go sort out this doorbell or whatever the hell's going on.
Mormon missionaries.
Oh, okay. Oh, they can take a hike after that. No way they hit doorbell twice. Mormon missionaries. Not answering that. Okay, so 1k there. Greg wasn't far off. And 1k there. Is it when I reverse it that it's... Oh, okay. Yeah, it was that polarity reversal situation. It just wasn't enough in there to make it do the beep like a short. Pedro, I actually know it's true because I married one. Except I was the evil Maharaja that came along and stole them away. They are got to be the worst caps I've ever done. Visually they are disgusting to me. Look at them, they're skewed. It's almost like it's Lewis's work. Ugh. Anyway, overall the board's still pretty gritty and nasty, but I'm hoping we're going to have a win. Now we've got to check the rest of the board, make sure we haven't missed anything blatant. Hey there, Frank Castle. Get back to playing Serenity. Make sure there's nothing on the CPU side. Thankfully we're not seeing much in the way of CPU deaths due to liquid damage like we used to with the earlier machines, like 15s and 1398s. But instead we are seeing SSD death, which is no good really. There's definitely some sort of liquid wash that's happened here. I'm worried there might be something under the 3215s. Guess we'll see how that plays out. Now, because we don't know if the NANDs are dead or not. Resistance-wise, they seem to be okay. Well, we'll see what PP Bus is like. Yeah, it looks kind of clean but off. I agree. That's 1K, so yeah, we're pretty good. Alright. At this point, we basically see if we can get a boot. Let's just double check. Like I said, we are dealing with customer data situation, so let's double check everything. It saved me before, I'm sure it will save me again in the future. Okay, so on this one here, we've got dot top right. Dot top right. So that was the main thing. $1K. Okay, so beyond this, hopefully we should be good. Sometimes you get that strange sheen when someone has actually washed the board with just alcohol as opposed to ultrasonicing it. Yes, the dot was in the top right. Yeah. So you can see the do this because I'm not willing to go down in flames over this. You can see 2 dots on there, but one of them's the real dot. There. See? Top right. That's it there. And a whole lot of fluff. And top right. And it's the one with the caps under the bottom. And we can see the caps on the bottom. Trying to clean up the floor. Pretty sure hydrochloric acid is coming up to get rid of the stains in the concrete. Hydrochloric acid. Throw a bit of zinc in that and get yourself some nice flux that will eat everything. This makes soldering very easy, but short-lived. Or I should rather say your device will be short-lived. Yeah, Greg, no, look, I appreciate that. I agree. Yeah, it's not the kind of thing you want to just second guess. You get one shot pretty much at it. Most of the time I clip these things down simply so they hold the board as opposed to because I want the functionality. We just need to get the power in to make sure it comes up properly. And yeah, this battery will need replacing. It's got pimples, but they may actually end up deciding not to do that. They may just go, look, you know what, we just want data recovery and we'll leave it at that. I just need a what do you call it? Privacy shield here. And plug in our USB-C meter. Okay, we're up to 20 volts. We've got fan spin. Obviously it's something weird then. Okay, we've got display. Weird. Normally I don't expect them to see like behave like that. Yeah, I don't normally see the battery logo come up like that. Oh, yep, that's working. We've got a living, breathing machine. So we managed to save it, in spite of the very real risk that it was a complete fuck-up by the other person. And there's no shutdown button on this. Cancel that. Close that. We've got to win. Phew. Yeah, Q's. I've found that to be very useful, having that patterning showing up on the display. It definitely does let you pick out things, and because the sample rate of the meter is much higher than what you get with these things, you can pick out the little transients that would otherwise be missed. Alright, that's it. I'm done for the day. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going to go get myself another coffee, kick back, and thank my lucky stars we actually had a win here, because I was very much expecting this to be a loss. But I will get the person to, well, try and get the person to give me their passcode so that I can then do the backup. I know what I heard. Someone fucked up the speaker. Wow. Yeah, have a look at this. This is why it went rattly. Yeah, someone drove the spudger into the speaker. Yeah, that's how you know you're dealing with someone who perhaps shouldn't be working on these machines. So, alright, I'm out of here. Thanks all for watching. I'll see you next time. Hopefully I won't be quite so snotty and streamy myself. I'll see you then. Take care.